Hello, this is Dr. Jolle Kirpensteijn.
And this is Dr. Susan Little.
And where are we, Dr. Susan Little?
We are in Tokyo, and I know that because we just had an amazing sushi lunch.
I know.
And where else would you get an amazing sushi lunch except...
Sushi lunch.
Except Tokyo.
In beautiful Tokyo.
Yep.
Yeah, so here we are. We have some exciting news because this is the first podcast that we are doing for a different audience.
Yeah, that's true. So we've expanded a little bit. Can you actually have an empire when you only have two podcasts? Can we say we have an empire? I think we can. Yeah, a cat empire. It's the beginning of an empire.
Yeah, of the empire of the cat.
It's a baby empire.
Yes, it is. It is. And we're really excited because we're all into cats. So we're going to give you a little bit of background because hopefully a lot of cat owners are listening to the podcast and more and more will come. And so let's do a little bit of background, your background, my background, and why are we doing this?
Right. So who are you really?
My name is Dr. Jolle Kirpensteijn and I'm a veterinarian, originally from Holland.
No.
Yes, but now I'm living in beautiful Kansas.
Holland to Kansas.
Yes, so I went from the dikes to the tornadoes.
Exactly. Not sure that was a good trade-off. Depends on the day.
No, I think the nice thing about Kansas is that it's very sunny.
That's
and
true.
I love the sun.
That's very true. Yes.
The other thing I love is cats.
And you love cats.
And I love cats. So, and my background is that I used to be a surgeon.
Specialized in surgery.
Yeah, specialized in oncology, so tumors in cats.
Cancer surgery.
And I give a lot of lectures. I give a lot of lectures with you. And I remember that we were in Brazil together and we thought we need to do something about information about cats to veterinarians. And we have been doing that for a year now. We have
More than a year.
Yeah, so we have a very wonderful podcast called the Per Podcast for veterinarians and
vet nurses and
healthcare team.
Yes, the veterinary healthcare team. So it's all news and information in feline medicine and surgery.
I know, and I was missing something. So before we go there, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, you want to know who I am now? So my name is Dr. Susan Little, and I'm a veterinarian too. And I'm Canadian, because we're supposed to say A.
So we're an international team.
We are, yeah. And I have been a cat-only veterinarian, oh my gosh, for more than 25 years.
Timestamp.
Yeah, like a long time. Like a long time.
She is awesome. She is a well-recognized expert.
Well, I do love cats, and I focused on cats so much that I actually, I don't know very much about anything else. I know what dogs are.
Okay, you said the D word. So we have a couple of rules during these podcasts, but we'll talk about that a little later. But keep on going.
This is just introductory, so I'm allowed to say the dog word. So, yeah, I do know what dogs are because I do have two in my house right now. Yeah, but really, all I really know about is cats. They really have been my passion for decades. Yeah, so it was very exciting that a year ago we started our podcast for veterinary healthcare teams, and then it became kind of obvious to us that there was a need,
a niche,
a place to have another podcast that was really more appropriate for the pet owner.
Yes.
Because, when we talk to veterinarians and vet nurses and the veterinary healthcare team, we tend to talk with a little different style of language because, we've all learned the science and we've all learned the funny words, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's not so friendly and it's not so accessible when we want to talk to cat owners who obviously... I'm sure most are not veterinarians. So, so we thought this is a great opportunity for us to reach out and talk about some important and interesting things in cat medicine, but this time talk to the people who live with cats.
Exactly. And I kind of ran over the internet to find if there's anything like this. And there are some cat podcasts and some are really nice, but very few that have two veterinarians talking about and two client owners. And I think it is such an important thing. We tend as veterinarians or veterinary healthcare team members to talk in a certain language that is not understandable for anybody for us. And so there's a couple of rules during this podcast. First is the D word shall not be named. So from now on, Dr. Little, you don't have any excuse anymore.
I'm not allowed to say the D-O-G word?
No, you're not.
Okay.
And it was a big confession to tell me that you had a DOG, but that's okay. And the other rule is that no difficult words. So we are going to interview a lot of interesting people, and as soon as they say a difficult word, I will say, what does that mean? Exactly.
Yeah. You know, sometimes even when veterinarians talk to each other, we use words that maybe other veterinarians don't know what they mean.
Exactly.
And sometimes I'm a little embarrassed to speak up and say, excuse me, what is
that?
Because I think I'm supposed to know what it means, but I don't.
Can you imagine that you're a client in the waiting room or in the, consultation room, and your vet is talking to you and you're like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You will not say that very quickly.
No. If I'm embarrassed to ask another vet, I can totally understand why other people would be.
And I was preparing a little bit for this podcast because I was so excited. And I was thinking of a word to explain. So, for instance, pathologist.
Pathologist.
Can you give a definition of a pathologist?
Oh my gosh, you're putting me right on the spot.
Yes.
So pathologists study diseases and the mechanisms of disease, like how diseases occur and the causes. Yeah. And let's see, what else would I say? Well, there's different types of pathologists too. That's the thing. There's not just
clinical pathologists.
Yes, and those are in veterinary medicine anyway. They would be veterinarians who have taken extra training, and they tend to do things like examine blood, right?
Laboratory tests.
Tests, blood samples, urine samples.
And then you have pathologists that cut open dead animals.
Yeah, so they...
It sounds awful, but it's not.
So it's kind of like doing post-mortems, although we don't call them post-mortems.
No, we don't. We call them autopsies.
No, we don't.
You don't?
No, we call them a necropsy.
Necropsies, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because autopsy is, the root of it is
the same.
Self, right?
Self,
so it should be a human. Yeah. So we can say post-mortem, that's okay.
Yeah, but necropsy sounds so bad.
It does. I'm not sure I like that word very much.
So, but a necropsy is a difficult word for cutting open dead animals.
But for a purpose.
For a purpose, yes. So, and normally we do that, or they do that, to find out what kind of diseases the animal had.
Yeah. So, you might think, well, obviously that animal has sadly died, so why do we care? But there might be other pets in the home at risk of the same illness.
Yes.
Right? So it might help others.
And it often also gives you... I remember that when my little dog died, and it was a very sad occasion, it gave me kind of an answer that I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes.
And so they couldn't find anything, which was surprising. But she was really young, and so I was so guilty that I did something wrong. And then I got that result back from the pathologist, so from the person that looked at my dog after she died, and I said the D word twice, but that's okay.
Well, that's okay. It's a good story.
And as soon as I knew that there was nothing really that I did, I felt so much better. So
were you a veterinarian at that time?
Yeah, I was.
So that's a really good point, right? So even as veterinarians, sometimes we still feel like we haven't done enough for our own pets or other, we often feel
we are the worst doctors for our own pets.
We are in a way. And we very often feel guilty if things go wrong with our own pets. So I agree with you. Sometimes I have had cat owners request a post-mortem examination to put their own mind at ease. That they did everything they could, that we knew everything that we could. And that's a valid reason.
And for veterinarians, often, our veterinary healthcare team is often really important because they learn from the disease.
We can learn. Especially uncommon diseases.
Yeah, because if you don't get that information, you will never learn what happened exactly with an animal. For instance, if a cat has chronic kidney disease, which is very, very common. It often this examination tells what happened exactly, or why the cat died at that moment, or and although for clients, for me as a client, it was really difficult because I didn't want to give my puppy to to a strange person. It was not a strange person, but to a stranger.
Yeah.
And I was just envisioning what they would do to her. But they didn't, because I got her back and it was looking beautiful. There's a little cut in the abdomen or in the belly, and everything was looking really peaceful. So they did a wonderful job.
Yep.
And still they found out that you know,
you got an answer.
And that's the thing. So for me that was reassuring to see, and I really looked against it. That I had a lot of hesitation, but then when it was done, I was really happy that I did it, because I felt so much better afterwards. So those are the things that we're going to discuss. This is one topic just came up, and we have another important thing that we need to do, and that is find out a name.
Oh,
so we don't have a name yet.
A name would
for
be good.
this, and so what we did was we have a big gathering of people on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
And so we have
per
a website
podcast.
At per podcast, and we also have a website. It's called perpodcast.net. And so we will be posting these new podcasts too, but we need to find a name.
So we're asking for help.
So we're asking for help from people, and I'm going to read some of them.
We had some suggestions already.
So you start talking about what suggestions we had, and then I will look
at... That you and I had?
Yeah.
Well, we did think of some, and then we checked, and they're already taken. Right?
Yes, some of them. So
some of them were already taken.
Cat Chat. Cat Chat was good.
We liked Cat Chat a lot, but that was already taken.
Yeah, it was like it's a sports.
Yeah.
Sports.
Interestingly
podcast.
Enough, it's about sports. I don't really understand that.
That's good.
Another one that's taken that I kind of would have liked would be Meow Mix. What about Meow Mix?
Yeah. So
but
I don't know what your attention to the meow thing is.
I like
it. It's difficult for me to pronounce.
Oh.
Meow. No, it's not that difficult. No. But I was not a big proponent of meow itself. I want to have something with cat.
Okay.
So we had.
What?
So we gave our audience 3 examples, and then they could suggest things. So we gave them the word catnip.
Catnip.
I love
the Catnip podcast.
Catnip. And when I was thinking about it, it could also be catnap. That's
catnap.
Nice. Yeah, I like that one
too.
So catnip, catnap. We had cat paws.
Cat paws.
Cat paws.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes, you came up with that
one. And I think I also came up with cat tails.
Cat tails, yeah. And
was
then
that taken?
TALES. No, it's not.
Oh.
But did we put it on there?
I don't know if that was one of the options, but I like that, cat tails.
Cat tails is nice. So I'm going to look up now the other ones that we got, and I have to find... there we go.
Yeah, and are people suggesting ones?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of action going on our Facebook page right now about our new name. So we just want to find the right name.
Oh, Cat Cafe?
Cat Cafe,
that was one.
Yeah, so the cat tails we didn't put up as a option. So here we go.
What else?
So we had some really good ones. So notes from the litter box.
Notes from the litter box.
That is nice, although you need to have kind of a shorter name to be able to...
Shorter is better.
Yeah, probably shorter. Perfix.
That I like.
Yeah, so that is really good.
Where were we at?
We were at the Perfix.
Perfix.
So we're, as a matter of fact, yes. And then Catalyst. But Catalyst is already taken by someone. So that is kind of difficult to do. What are you moving? Yeah, it's moving.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're online right now.
Catalyst. I like
Cats
it.
Up.
Oh.
Like ketchup.
Like ketchup, only cats up.
Cats up.
Do Americans say cats up?
No, they do not say that.
Who says cats up?
So we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Can you introduce yourself for a second?
Hi, I'm Anne Hohenhaus. Nice to be here on Per Podcast.
Oh, that's fantastic. So she's...
And since I'm the only American in the room, I get to weigh in on the catch-up versus cats-up.
I've got... Who says cats up? Somebody does.
Cats up.
Okay.
Pause for thought.
PAWS.
Yeah.
Pause for thought. Good one. What else?
Cat
Chat. We liked that one.
Kit Bits.
Kit Bits. Ooh, it sounds like a snack.
Sounds, it's all new and original. Let me find if I can...
So those were the ones on Facebook.
Yeah, so let's...
okay,
we have
Cat Time.
No, it's... No. Cat Pool.
Cat Pool. Meow Minute.
Meow Minute.
Somebody after my own heart.
Yes, so someone likes
I like
meow
the meow
minute.
Thing.
I'm difficult. I
you
have a problem with meow.
Yeah.
Do you like meow as a name?
What is the name for what?
We have a new podcast.
Oh, I like Meow Minute. I think that's a really good one.
There
actually.
you go.
Meow Mix.
Meow Minute.
Minutes. Meow Minute. Depends on how long. Is it going to be a short podcast?
It's 20 minutes.
Minutes?
Minutes. Meow Minutes.
Meow Minutes?
Yeah, I like that
Really?
one. I'm a big into alliteration.
See?
Yeah, but I mean, and like...
You're outnumbered.
I like,
What
I like
is it that you're
alliteration
voting for?
myself. Like cat ale. Or cat... Catnap.
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 Or
No,
catnip.
you do not want people to sleep through your podcast.
See, good point.
Catnip.
Catnip. Catchy.
There's a neighboring university to New York that has catnip as their
That's
their cat
true.
journal. So I think you might be in trademark problems there.
But
Okay, so as a matter of fact, we will not probably find
We
the real name.
we won't answer it today.
No,
but we
but
have some suggestions.
We have some really good suggestions, so thank you very much for that. And
Yeah.
I think we're at 20 minutes anyway,
Okay.
so we need to sign off. This is the first
episode
episode
of
of
a podcast
without a
which
name.
shall be named
Yes, that's it. So
eventually.
thank you very much.
Okay.
And thanks for our guests for jumping in.
Jumping in
I'm so happy to be in and translate English,
already.
real
Yeah.
English for you.
Very useful. Thank you. Yeah. Good.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye bye for now.
Dr. Susan Little is a feline medicine specialist with 2 cat-only hospitals in Ottawa, Canada. She is best known as an international speaker and as the author and editor of 2 textbooks, The Cat, Clinical Medicine and Management, and August, Consultations in Feline Internal Medicine. Along with 3 cats, she also admits to owning 2 dogs, and you can follow her on social media with the handle @CatVetSusan. Dr. Jolle Kirpenstein is a diplomat of the American and European College of Veterinary Surgeons and a big cat fan. His specialties range from surgical oncology and reconstruction to minimally invasive surgery. He is the author of 2 textbooks on basic and reconstructive surgery. Did you know he was allergic to cats? Jolle works currently at Hill's Pet Nutrition. You can follow him on social media with the handle @GVETSX. The opinions of this podcast are those by Dr. Susan Little and Dr. Jolle Kirpenstein. Veterinary medicine is a complex profession, and often there are multiple diagnostic and therapeutic options for different disease processes. If you're a pet owner with questions, please go to your local veterinarian.